Welcome to our last episode in the holiday struggles for December. You are in my original studio where all things got started. I used to tape in my closet these lives each and every day. And due to the fact that my garage is freezing cold, we're doing something live and authentic. So you'll see no banners, but you'll go over and hear the content. So my name is Daniel Faust, and you're watching War Hero to Superhero, helping military, veterans, and first responders transform from the bedroom to the boardroom. So it's December 17th, and holiday struggles are here, right? We're a week out for Christmas, shopping, everything else. Gifts are in my closet right now. You can see that we're literally going over and getting ready for Christmas. And yourself too is that you probably have about a day until you go over and mentally pull chalks and pull the plug to go home for Christmas and potentially New Year's, depending on your job. We know that some of you can't go over and be at home because you're either deployed. I know I have some members from my unit that are out deployed. We want to thank you for your service, for your sacrifice going out there. But if you have the opportunity to go home, I want to empower you, no matter if you're military, veteran, or first responder, to be able to pull the plug so you can go over and recharge and relax. So basically, I'm going to go through 3 to 5 quick tips that I have thought about pretty much as I'm pulling the plug because I start leave tomorrow for my anniversary. So I want to thank you guys for all going over and supporting. 14 years in, 66 to go. If your marriage is struggling, please get back with us and go over. And we always give 20 minutes free for every military, veteran, and first responder to go over and to thrive and not survive. So let's get started. So you're in the boardroom, tomorrow's happening up and everything's starting to shut down. What 5 things can you go over and do to make sure you go over and pull the plug? Number one, what I did today is rack and stack your emails or your taskers to go over and see which ones need to be done to now, to later, to New Year's. So your to now ones are ones that are going to bite you in the butt when you come back from vacation. So, or bite you in the butt while you're going over specifically in the shop, and you could get those phone calls. Work out those taskers. Quickly look at those emails, see the deadlines, those things, need to work on those. To later ones is ones that you can get back in the office, but you need to go execute them quickly. You should probably go mark them in your email box to go over and say the second you get into work, before people know that you're there, go work on those ones. Don't get into the new emails when you get back because that it's just going to get overwhelming. Work on those to later ones when you get back. The ones that are to New Year's, those are the ones that can kind of wait until January, early part. Sometimes some people forget about what they need or services they are. And I'm not saying to blow it off, but if it can wait until after January 15th, after the cycle of getting into a new norm, hey, that's okay to go put that off. There's just some things you just have to go over and put off for later. You might find out the urgency that the person sent the email or the tasker might not have been that urgent. It might have been something that's important. So that's number one, to go over and pull the plug. Number two is to go over and to overall figure out yourself at home. You're now coming home to go over and pull the plug. What do you need to do to get to that point of going over and doing that for home? Is it going over and saying like, hey, do I need to go over and clean the house? Do I need to go over and go work out at the gym before I come home for this long vacation? Do I need to go over and do things either physically or mentally or emotionally or spiritually or practically that I go over and do? Because that's important. For me, when I take my time off, is that for me, I'm clearing out the stuff right now. One of the things mentally I need to do is this podcast. Not only just to go over and relax, is to go over and serve you guys, but for me, that would be like, did I go serve my people well? So I can go mentally go over and recharge. So what are those things physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Not the stuff at work, because we already worked the to now, the tomorrow, and the to later, and the to New Year taskers. What stuff do you need to do to prep yourself for home in that particular regard? Maybe it's going over and taking that long walk before you come in and be with the family, because the holiday struggles could be hard. Maybe it's time to go over and get some meditation or prayer, or maybe go to that last virtual Christmas party that you're going to before you plug in to your immediate family. Maybe it's shopping that you have to do. Whatever it is, I would recommend to go get it done now instead of later. So that's tip number two, is Figure out what you need to do mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and practically to go over and do that. Your tip number 3 to go over and pull the plug is to actually, I would go over, and this is what I'm doing, is what do you do to actually pull the plug? So for me, for example, for me to go over and to pull the plug, to go over and recharge and relax, is for me to go over and to figure out the things that I want to do and then make sure those loved ones and the work ones, if they get affected, to go over and to pull that plug. Like, for example, for me, I worked with my supervisor to tell him, like, hey, just so you know, I'm putting out do not disturb from noon tomorrow until 6 p.m. If absolutely something needs to go awry and fire, please call twice so at least I know it's an emergency. So then I can then pull the plug, because that first phone call, if I don't have that mental step and open do not disturb, anybody could call me and I'll get derailed and I won't be able to pull the plug. So I put the do not call, and I also tell the people that are influential and important to me to go and do that. And also to put that out of office response in that particular regard, or notify the people that you work with or in relationship with and saying, hey, out of the office at this said date. I emailed almost everybody today, and when I sent them their products, I said, by the way, I'm out of the office. I'm out of the office. I'm out of the office. And they know we're out of the office. So that's number 2. Actually, number 3 tip. I got 2 more for you. I haven't done this live in a long time without a script. So just work with me. If you have any comments, go put them in the banners. I'll look at them quickly and we'll go over and answer them, no matter where you're coming from Facebook to YouTube to Twitch and everything else. Tip number 4 to go over and pull the plug. Again, this goes in the family side, is now you're in the home. What goes over and gets you mentally checked out so you can recharge? And I don't mean checked out from everybody. I meant like checked out from the boardroom so you can go over and recharge. Is it you going over and fishing? Is it you going over and playing with the kids? Is it you going over and having intimacy with your spouse? Whatever it goes over and is. Maybe it's getting long walks and whatnot. You want to go have those things, because if you just allow life to take over your life, then you'll have this entire time of 5, 10, 15 days. And then you'll get back from vacation and you'll need vacation from the vacation because you never truly unplugged. So that's that one. The last one in this particular regard, for the last tip that I have for you guys, for number 5, and this is how to go pull the plug very, very well. Is there any honey-do list or items that are in your home that you need to go over and to execute? I would highly recommend start working those now, because the thing is if those things are looming when you're at home, your at-home life will become your job life. So if you're not knocking those things out, or can push those suspenses aside and whatnot, and you didn't work them out before you took the vacation, what's going to happen is now your vacation became your workcation. And the same thing, you'll be totally discharged and you won't be able to pull the plug. And then they'll ask, like, how did your vacation go? Well, how was Christmas for you? Oh, well, Christmas Day was okay, but I was working like a racehorse and everything else. And you're like, didn't you take 2 weeks off? You know? So those are my 5 quick tips. And I hope this goes over and serves you guys. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, holiday season, Hanukkah, whatever you go over and celebrate. And again, we are here for you. So we hope that this goes over and serves you. And we hope to go over and to connect with you guys soon. And we want to thank our sponsors for going over and supporting this live stream wherever we go. So I'm going to see if this plays.
Millions of men and women have served this great country. However, over 40,000 veterans sleep on the streets every night. 20 veterans commit suicide on any given day. Veterans have been left without medical services while they suffer from mental illness and addiction. They are dying alone. Join Armory Dog and the Veterans Project to help serve this forgotten community of heroes. Veterans is a place for our men and women who have served our great country, giving them a place to stay and rehabilitate in a safe and positive environment. Please help support the Veterans Project so that these men and women can get back on their feet and find their purpose for living. The Veterans Project will house 10,000 veterans, getting them off the streets, back into society, and utilizing their skills as they once used to serve our great country. Veterans Not Forgotten. Join us now.